Welcome back. Let's put this in the ether. Most men, right? Most men who still believe in marriages, right? She's only good to you until she turn on you, right? It's only a matter of time and when, right? It's only a matter of time and when. This is 2023, man. Women have the upper hand if you're in a marriage, in a relationship, especially when you sign with the government, all right? And guys need to wake up on this. You need to know more and more about how the system is going against you, right? When you are divorced, I mean, I've never been in that position, but I learned from other people's experiences, right? Because when you are divorced, that take a lot of toll on you. You take a lot of resources, take a lot of money, right? And you have to understand, she's only with you until when she's not happy, and when she's not happy, right? That's when everything goes down the hill, right? Because you don't know when she's gonna be happy, right? You don't know when she's gonna be happy. That's when you gotta be more on guard. You have to have this idea in your mind that it could end soon, right? Most of divorces, right? They have a chances of what? More than 50% of divorces, right? So basically, what's that mean? That means your chance of being with a woman is lower than being with the woman. That means your chance of getting divorced is very high. It's above 50%, right? Imagine you put on a parachute, right? You put on a parachute, and there's a 50% chance of that parachute. Would you put on that parachute? No, because your life on the line. That's too much chances of your life is on the line, right? You want 100%, right? And before divorces ever happen, you can't divorce. You have to get the approval. What? The approval of the church. Now you need the approval of the government, and because the marriage structure is institutionalized with the government, that means, and the government are not in favor of the man. That means your chances of getting a fair divorce is even lower, right? And what does that tell you? The whole system working against you, right? So if there's a chance, right? If there's a chance of you getting divorced, most likely your marriage will more likely to be in divorce than it is for being in a happy marriage. Why would you put yourself in that positions, right? For love, love has nothing to do with it. Love has nothing to do with marriage at all. And if you still don't understand this, right? And you are the type of guy who keep marrying, and don't learn the lessons. You're the type of guy that deserve all those financial headaches, right? You're supposed to learn from other people's mistakes, right? You should learn from other people's examples, right? 50% of marriages, more than 50% of marriages are more likely to end up in divorce. What does that say? Most of these relationships are based on feelings, right? It's not based on rational thinking, right? Most of Western relationships are based on feelings. These marriages, these proposals, is based on feelings. It's not based on rational decision. It's not based on long term, right? Feelings switch up and down. That means if feelings switch up and down, what does that mean? Does not have a long shelf life, right? So when you make this proposal, do not base it on feelings. You gotta be rational with these decisions, right? You gotta make sure that she's well vetted. You gotta vet the girl as much as possible. Remember, more than 50%, even up to 80%, all right, of divorces are initiated by women. 80%. What does that mean, right? And no fault divorces. That means that they don't have to have any reason to divorce you. So basically, it's a field day for them, right? If they're not happy, they could divorce you, right? They're having a field day right now. Why do you think divorce rate is so high right now? They're going unchecked. There's no responsibility. There's no accountability for filing divorce right now. When there's no accountability, it goes down the hill. And that's what it means when they have no fault divorces. It means that the women don't have to be accountable for their relationship. They don't have to be accountable for their choices in life. That's what it means for no fault divorces, right? When they divorce a guy, they don't have accountability of paying alimony to the guy. They don't have the accountability of paying child support, because most child support custody will go most likely go to the the woman, right? And it's totally against the men, and that's what men need to realize. And there's a lot of blue pill sip out there who don't realize that. But they keep married, and I keep seeing, and I keep asking the question, keep asking God, like, bro, why you keep marrying? Don't you learn your lesson the first time? Don't your first time will teach you a lesson of going through the system, crawling through mud, right? Going for broke, and we have guys out there who still doesn't learn their lesson, who still believe in marriage, who still ask for another woman to marriage, right? Asking for a woman in their hand of marriage. Why you keep doing to yourself? Right? Why do some men keep doing this to themselves? Do you like suffering? Shouldn't you learn your lesson the first time? Right? Guys are supposed to be logical creatures. They learn the lesson the first time they encounter the problems. If you fail to learn your lesson, what does that say about you? That you can't comprehend things? That you can't learn the lessons? Right? We have men out there who go through so much divorces, multiple marriages, and multiple divorces, and they still don't learn their lessons. And these type of guys that baffle me. These type of guys that make me question, like, do you have a sense? Do you have brain on you? Can you think for yourself? Why you keep let your emotion lead you? Why you keep letting your feelings lead you? Keep falling in love. I'm telling people, this idea of falling in love is not a good thing. You should never fall in love. Falling is a process of doubt. Falling in love, why do you think they say falling in love? When they say falling in love is a process of degrading yourself. It's a process of downfall, right? You downfall to your emotions, falling into your emotions, which you shouldn't do, right? It's nothing positive when you compare something to falling, right? And now you fall into your emotions. That's the worst thing a man can do for himself, right? To be controlled by his emotions. Right? Why do you think arranged marriage, like in India, they have? Well, I think India have a 1% divorce rate, right? When it comes to marriages, because most of their marriages are arranged marriages, and most of their marriages are not based on love. It's based on logic and what can each other do for them, right? Most the Indian culture, because it's based on what arranged marriages, is more on practicality. Right? Who can do what for who can benefit what, right? And later in life they could build in their emotion, and then later on they could fall in love with each other, right? And but contrast it to Western marriage laws, Western marriage society, no, it's totally opposite. It's not based on rationality at all. It's based on emotions, right? And what does it tell us on their emotions? Emotion swings. Emotions not long term, right? If you based on your relationship based on emotion, it's not a long-term thing. It's a short-term gain. And because emotion changes. If your emotion changes back and forth, what does it mean for the longevity of your emotion? The longevity of the relationship. That means it will least likely to last. Least likely to last. And I'm seeing guys who's making life decisions based on their emotions, right? They believe that this marriage thing concept is based on love. I'm not saying that there aren't guys who don't understand what marriage is, but there are a lot of guys out there right now, mainly the simp, right? Don't understand what entails in the relationship, what entails in the marriage, right? Because of that, they deserve every misery that they're going through. They don't learn the lesson the first time, right? If you don't learn your lesson the first time, you deserve all the misery that you're going through right now. Because there's a lot of guys out there telling you the situation when it comes to marriage, and you haven't learned your lesson by now. There's no point of saving you. I say let them fall, right? But you have to understand that sometimes the things that people tell you are beneficial, right? Especially the guys who go through marriages. You have to learn by what you see. What kind of BS that they're going through. What kind of headache they're going through. If you fail to learn that from other guys' examples, then there's no way of saving you. You have to learn from people through people's relationship, right? So you can avoid that trap, right? Because if you don't learn from other people's mistake, you will always repeat the same mistake and fall into this trap. It's like a cycle. You have to break the cycle, right? A divorce is a way for you to learn the pain and suffering, for you to learn the realness of divorces, the facts of divorces. You have to go through the pain. If you fail to learn through your first marriages, then there's no way of saving you, right? Like everything, in order for people to learn, they have to suffer. But if you fail to learn, then I have no sympathy for you, man. So guys are out there telling their side of the story, and you fail to observe and learn from their mistakes. There's no point of saving you. But I digress. On that note, guys, let me know what you think. You think guys are setting up for their own failure by not understanding how divorce law works and this idea of marriage works? Let me know if you agree. Leave a comment below. On that note, guys, like, share, and subscribe. On that note, peace and blessings.